Asuka vanishes from Raw? WWE hiding Asuka's absence? Roman overshadows Raw chaos. Backstage drama after Raw. The truth about Asuka missing Raw. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. What if one of WWE's biggest stars didn't just miss Raw, but quietly walked away before the cameras even started rolling? And what if while everyone was busy talking about Roman Reigns, there was another backstage situation unfolding that WWE desperately hoped fans wouldn't notice? Because something about this whole Asuka situation feels off. Like, seriously off. 1 week she's being promoted, fans are waiting for her next move, people are fantasy booking dream matches like their lives depend on it, because wrestling fans honestly treat booking decisions like international politics at this point, and then suddenly, nothing. Complete silence. No entrance. No backstage segment. No update. No explanation. Just gone. And the weirdest part? Raw kept moving like she was never even supposed to be there. Now normally when a superstar misses a show, WWE gives us something. Injury report. Travel issues. Random Michael Cole explanation that sounds like it was written 5 seconds before airtime. You know the usual. But with Asuka? Total blackout. That's when people started paying attention. And once fans started noticing, the rumors exploded. Some people think she's injured. Some think she's frustrated creatively. Others believe WWE is saving her for a major return angle tied to a bigger storyline. And honestly, the Roman Reigns situation happening at the same time makes this even stranger. Because while Raw was already drowning in chaos after the fallout involving Roman Reigns, backstage tension reportedly became one of the biggest talking points of the night. And somehow, Asuka disappearing quietly became buried underneath all the bloodline drama. Convenient timing, huh? Now before we go deeper, hit that like button if you've ever noticed WWE trying to distract fans from one story by throwing a bigger story in front of it. Because wrestling fans see everything. Y'all could probably solve actual crimes at this point. So let's really talk about this. Asuka disappearing from Raw isn't just shocking because she's popular. It's shocking because of who she is to WWE. This is not some random talent sitting in catering hoping for TV time. This is Asuka. One of the most respected performers in the entire company. Former champion. Royal Rumble winner. One of the few stars who managed to stay unique in an era where everybody starts sounding the same after a while. And somehow, WWE suddenly has nothing for her? That's hard to believe. Especially considering the women's division has desperately needed stronger storytelling lately. Fans have been begging for meaningful rivalries, long-term character arcs, and matches that actually feel important instead of random can they coexist tag matches every single week. Seriously, if two enemies are forced to team together one more time, somebody in the crowd might actually lose their mind. Asuka was one of the few stars who could instantly make things feel important. That's why this silence feels intentional. And backstage reports started making things even more interesting. According to multiple discussions floating around within wrestling circles, there were concerns about creative direction surrounding several major stars recently. Some talents reportedly weren't happy with constantly shifting plans leading into upcoming events. Segments getting rewritten. Storylines changing overnight. Pushes starting and stopping for no reason. Classic WWE chaos. And if you've watched wrestling long enough, you already know what happens when creative confusion starts spreading backstage. Morale drops. Communication breaks down. People get frustrated. Suddenly everybody starts looking over their shoulder wondering if their storyline survives until next Monday. Now add Roman Reigns into this entire situation. Because Roman's current position in WWE has completely changed the atmosphere around Raw. Every time Roman appears now, the entire show bends around him. Every camera angle. Every backstage segment. Every superstar suddenly feels connected to whatever orbit Roman is standing in. And honestly, that's not even criticism. That's just reality. Roman Reigns became so massive as a character that WWE accidentally built the whole company around his presence. So when something major happens involving him, everything else gets pushed into the background immediately. Which might explain why fans barely noticed Asuka missing Raw at first. Everybody was too busy talking about Roman's condition, backstage tension surrounding the bloodline, and speculation about future betrayals. But once people slowed down and started rewatching the show, that's when the questions started. Why wasn't Asuka there? Why didn't commentary mention her? Why did WWE's social media avoid addressing it completely? And most importantly, why did it feel like they wanted fans to move on quickly? Now here's where things get really interesting. Some insiders believe this might not be a negative situation at all. There's growing speculation that WWE could actually be preparing a complete reset for Asuka's character. And honestly, that might be exactly what she needs. Because think about it for a second. Whenever Asuka disappears for a while and returns with a new edge, it usually works. The mystery makes her feel dangerous again. Fans immediately become curious. The aura comes back stronger. Remember when she used to feel genuinely unpredictable? Like she could walk out smiling one second and kick somebody's soul out of their body the next? That version of Asuka terrified the roster. Lately though, fans started feeling like WWE wasn't fully using her correctly. Not because she stopped being talented. Far from it. If anything, fans became more frustrated because they know how good she is. It's like owning a Ferrari and only driving it to the grocery store. People want chaos, violence, mind games. That classic Asuka energy where opponents look nervous before the bell even rings. And maybe WWE realized that too late. So now the theory floating around is that this disappearance might be connected to a larger comeback plan tied to upcoming storylines after the Roman Reigns fallout settles down. Because let's be honest, Raw right now feels unstable. The bloodline situation keeps evolving every week. Roman Reigns is dealing with enemies from every direction. Jacob Fatu has become an absolute menace backstage. Management looks overwhelmed. Adam Pearce permanently looks 2 seconds away from a stress-induced vacation. Somebody get that man a chair and a therapist. And during all this chaos, a silent Asuka return could become one of the most effective surprises WWE has left. Imagine it. The arena lights drop unexpectedly. Crowd gets confused. Commentary starts panicking. Then suddenly that music hits. Not the cheerful version. Not the playful version. The dangerous version. The version that makes the audience realize somebody's about to get hurt. That kind of return would instantly change the entire women's division overnight. But there's another possibility too. And this one is the uncomfortable one WWE fans keep whispering about online. What if Asuka is genuinely frustrated? Because fans have noticed something lately. More and more veteran talent seem emotionally disconnected from weekly programming unless they're directly involved in major storylines. And honestly, can you blame them sometimes? WWE programming moves so fast now that momentum disappears instantly if creative loses interest for even 1 week. One moment you're in a featured storyline. Next week you're standing backstage smiling awkwardly during a 30-second interview about opportunity. Wrestling fans know the pattern. That's why Asuka's silence created panic so quickly. Fans are scared WWE might waste another major star during one of the hottest periods the company has had in years. And to make matters worse, social media made everything even more dramatic. The second fans noticed Asuka missing, theories exploded everywhere. She's injured. She requested time off. She's leaving. She's returning with Io Sky. She's joining a faction. She's confronting Roman Reigns. Okay, that last one would actually be hilarious though. Imagine Roman cutting a serious promo and Asuka just starts dancing behind him while Paul Heyman has a nervous breakdown. I would pay money to watch that. But jokes aside, the uncertainty itself became the story. And WWE knows uncertainty creates engagement. That's the sneaky genius of wrestling sometimes. Fans don't just watch the show anymore. They investigate it. They analyze tiny details. They study body language during backstage segments like FBI agents trying to crack a conspiracy case. And when WWE says nothing, the mystery grows bigger. Which brings us back to Roman Reigns. Because Roman's situation right now might secretly be connected to the timing of all this. Not directly in storyline maybe, but structurally within WWE television. Roman's return completely reshaped Raw priorities overnight. Storylines got adjusted. Focus shifted. Segments expanded. Entire rivalries started orbiting around bloodline tension again. That kind of last-minute restructuring affects everybody. Especially stars already waiting for creative direction. So if Asuka was supposed to begin a new storyline soon, there's a real possibility plans got delayed while WWE focused heavily on the Roman Reigns fallout. Would that frustrate talent backstage? Absolutely. Would